Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today we're going to be installing a Graco car seat in this Yukon Denali. And the process is going to be the same in most cars, and I'm going to show you the two methods, and this is going to be for rearward facing. We'll do another video for forward facing, but this is going to be rearward facing using the car's lap belt and shoulder belt, and then also the anchoring system, which is designed with the car seat. So we'll go over both of those, and we're going to be following the instruction manual here. And this video is just an overview. It's just showing you how to install it, but it's not replacing your responsibility to go through and read the owner's manual. It's really not bad. It has a lot of good illustrations in it that you'll see. And I'll try to cover a lot of this too in the video, but just remember that you need to read it as well, because there are differences per year, make, and model on cars for baby weights and sizes and heights. And so the manual is going to tell you what you need to do in your application. So in my case, I'm just going to show you basically the functions of the car seat, how to adjust it, how to install it, basically. But once again, you really need to go through the owner's manual yourself. And hopefully the video will help everything make more sense to you. And then when you read the manual, it'll all come together. So anyway, we're going to get started just installing the car seat. And if you have any questions or anything, put it in the comments. And like I said, I'll make other videos for forward-facing, booster seat, all that kind of thing. But this is going to be just the basic installation of this car seat.
So the first step is to park the vehicle on level ground. Now you may even want to just do it inside the garage, and that's okay, but remember garages are sloped usually as well for the draining of water. So if you do want to pull it out on the street where it seems like it's more level, that's fine. Next, go inside the car, and you're going to be looking at the seat for the symbol here that shows that it has the anchoring system on the seat here. And so you're going to look for these hooks right here. See how there's two metal hooks here? And on this particular model, they're also on the other seats. So you could really put it in any part of the back seat here, but the middle is going to be the safest place. And so that's where we're going to go ahead and install this. Next, if you have a mat, it's highly encouraged to put a mat down. You can see how nice these seats are, and we've had the other car seat in here for about 9 months now or longer. And so anyway, it's definitely a good thing to have in order to keep your seats nice and in good condition. So here's what the car seat looks like in general. And so we're going to go ahead and now place it onto the seat here. You want to make sure that it's as flat as you can have it here and just centered on the mat. And what we're looking at here is there's a little diagram at the bottom, and it's going to show forward facing and rear facing. And so if you look over here, here's the little indicator that shows you what that's on. And right now it's selected to the forward facing. And so we want to change it to rear facing, and it's going to have an indicator up here. See the level with the bubble? That's going to tell us where it needs to go, and we want that bubble to be in the middle of the blue line that you saw there. We'll show you that a little bit more in the future. So what you want to do here is pull on this, and as you pull on it, it's going to allow you to retract or recline the seat. And so we're going to put it into the blue area for a rearward facing. And it really doesn't matter which number it's on, 1, 2, or 3, as long, the whole point is you want to put it so that it's within this blue line. So that bubble has to be completely within the blue line. So we're okay here in this situation, but we're going to adjust it to the other one too, and just to see kind of where that bubble ends up and see where we want to have this facing in the end. Okay, so with a little more adjustment, it's still within this blue line here. The bubble's completely on the blue line, and we ended up in the number 3 spot. Number 3 and 2 were the ones that were working the best. Number 1, it was way out of range, so that's where we decided to put this. So using that indicator, you'll know that it's good. Okay, next we're going to use our anchoring system. I'll show you that one first. And so if you look under here, there's a little seatbelt type button, and when you push it, this little hook's going to come off. And so this is what we're going to place into the car's anchor on the seat. So you want it this way, and so make sure that this is not tangled in any way. You want it to be nice and straight. So we're going to go ahead and just push this in. Okay, and that one's nicely secured. So now we're going to go around to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to unlatch this thing, and we're going to line it up here and click it back into the anchor on this side. Now, you'll see as it goes in here, it's kind of a tight fit, and that's fine, but you can see also it's still loose, so we're going to want to tighten that up. But to show you how this belt buckle works here, there's a gray button on the top. See how you push that down? When you push it down, that's going to allow you to gain slack, okay, make it looser if you have to adjust it. And so if you've put the other side in and it's too tight, then you can loosen it. But now that we're all hooked up, we're going to basically yank upward and push downward on the front of the seat while at the same time pulling up on that strap. Okay, so once again, you're going to want to pull upward on this. Just pull straight up if you can and push down onto the seat. You just want to make sure that this is super tight, and you can even loop it back up in there when you're done. Okay, and so we want this to be super firm to the point where it will not move forward and backward or side to side more than 1 inch on the belt. So make sure that it's in there good and tight and snug. And just yank upward on that strap, push down and pull up at the same time. And you just want to make sure that it's completely secure and it's not going to go anywhere. So next we're going to use the shoulder/lap belt, and so you're going to have to come down and unbutton the anchoring one and click it back into its little bar that it sits on under here, and give it a good yank to make it tight. And we're going to go around and do this to the other side. Just unhook it and stow it away by clicking it back into the bar. Interestingly enough, they do not want you using both. It's either one or the other, the anchor or the seat belt. So we're going to take the seat belt and we're going to pull it out here, and we're going to feed it through the same hole here that the anchoring system went through. So you're going to have to reach through here and grab it. It can be kind of a chore, and hook the seat belt into the car's regular belt. And so once it's hooked in good, you want to grab the top and pull up on it and feed it through so that it's really tight. So you're going to yank this back through, and then you're going to pull down and you're going to push upwards until this is nice and tight. And you still want to have the same kind of movement here where it shouldn't be able to move forward and backward or side to side more than 1 inch. So you just want to pull on it and get all the slack out of it that you can, and make sure that it is super tight. And that's how you would do the shoulder and the lap belt. And if your car doesn't have the shoulder belt, then just the lap belt's fine. Now with the owner's manual, it's really important. You do want to go through it constantly as your child's growing and gaining weight and size. And there's a stowage point here that you want to put it in. So make sure that you have that manual there where it belongs, where you can always access it. Another thing that's really important are the seatbelt harness height. So see, as you pull up on this, you can adjust this up and down to get that perfect height where the top of the belt goes right over the child's shoulders, and then the straps are level with the armpits. So here's the diagram in the owner's manual. Harness straps at or just below the child's shoulders. Okay, see that? So that you adjust it upward and downward until these specs are met. You want that chest clip right there, level with the armpits. And you want to be able to put your fingers in there, but not to be able to pinch. And that's how tight it needs to be, just where you can barely fit a finger underneath that belt. Okay, and you also want to adjust that headrest up and down until the head is at least 1 inch below the headrest adjustment handle that we had seen. Also, that's stated in this part of the manual, like we already discussed, you shouldn't be able to move the car seat side to side or forward up and down more than 1 inch on the lap belt. Now, there are a few common things that you may have heard of, like do not ever put the seat in the front where there's an airbag. Don't put it in the back where it's side-facing or where it's rear-facing, things like that. And so this is the diagram that's also in the manual, and you can see a lot of it has to do with weight and also kind of the physical characteristics of the child. You're going to start at 4 pounds. They have to be at least 4 pounds to be in this car seat. And so it needs to be rearward facing with the 5-point harness from 4 to 40 pounds. And if they're less than 1 year old, they must be rearward facing. Anywhere from 22 to 40 pounds, they should be rearward facing, but you can see it starts to overlap there. And anywhere from 22 to 65 pounds, they can be forward facing with a 5-point harness. And even that's broken down 22 to 40 pounds. That if they can sit upright unassisted, they can be forward facing. 40 to 65 pounds should be forward facing. And then it overlaps again down to the 30, anywhere from 30 pounds to 120 pounds. They can be in the booster mode of the vehicle with the lap and shoulder belt. 30 pounds to 65 pounds can be in the backed booster mode. 40 pounds to 65 pounds can be in the backless booster mode. And over 65 pounds must be in the booster mode. Now you'll also see if the child doesn't meet the weight requirements listed as we just talked about, it does recommend that they stay rearward facing until the age of 2. Keep that in mind. Also, the manual will go over preterm and low birth weight infants and specific instructions that you want to do. They have special risks for breathing correctly, how they're reclined and that kind of thing. So that's going to be page 33, but you want to really read up on that if you have any conditions like that. Now you can also see the R and L on the cup holder, so this is the right hand side. And so these need to go into the car seat as well. So you see the little slot there that this slides into, and then in the bottom that little hook's going to go down in there. And you have to kind of pull the backing away there, but push until they click. And these are part of the car seat. They say that they must be installed, so I don't know if it has some kind of a structural integrity or something like that, but you'll see how they slide in and click in. Also in the package, you're going to find this tether, and this is for when you're forward facing or booster seat, and it goes in here and helps keep the shoulder belt in the proper area by the neck and shoulder. So that's what this thing is. So just hang on to it, make sure you don't lose it. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helped you understand the car seat in general, but once again, make sure that you go back and read through the owner's manual so that there's nothing that you missed. This is a very important topic for your kids. And remember to register the car seat, because if they have updates you need to know about, they need to get a hold of you. Then throw the car seat away after 10 years. They're no longer good. And it recommends not passing this down as a gift to anybody, just so that they're aware of everything that's new about it.